So for those of you that have been asking what I've been doing and how I'm doing this, basically what I did is I took the square footage of the entire surface area in which I wanted the lights to be seen, which basically is all the way up to the front of the sunroof, over and back. I'm not doing anything forward because of the visors, the overhead console, stuff like that. So basically what I did is, you divide your strands by the square footage, and that'll let you know how many strands need to go into each square foot. It's roughly 24 to 26 strands. Some differ, being that it's an odd number. My kit came with 335 strands. I believe it had 15 1.5 millimeter, 70 1 millimeter, and 250 3/4 millimeter strands. So after I counted them out, I tried to separate them evenly so each square has the same number of each size. A couple do have more than one of the 1.5 millimeter, being that it's an odd number. So basically what I did is, you count them out and you group them up, take some electrical tape and put it along it. I did it all the way. I left until about a foot from the end of each strand. So that way, when you lay it, it overlays on top of all the other strands, as you can see. So when the headliner comes back up, those will all stay on top of each other. It allows it to keep them grouped together rather than just having strands scattered everywhere. So as you can see, I've recently started this square foot right here. I have no pattern as to how I'm putting these in here. You can do constellations if you want. The easiest way to do it is print out the constellation you want, tape it to the back side of the headliner, and poke your holes through and put the strands through. I'm just randomly doing it. I'm using a clear RTV silicone adhesive. That's what the instructions say to use. I wish it dried a little bit faster. I've heard of people using hot glue guns. I was afraid that it would melt the strands. They do make low heat glue guns, which might work a little bit better. Whatever you do not use super glue. Super glue seems to be a lot more runny, meaning that it'll seep through the hole and into the headliner that will be visible, and basically ruining everything that you've already done. So to show you what I've been doing, I've used these body piercing needles. They're hollow, as you can see. I have one that fits the 3/4 millimeter and the 1 millimeter, and I have one that's actually 1.5 millimeters exactly. So unfortunately with this one, when I push it through, it makes a hole big enough for the larger strands. However, I'm not able to put the strand through it like I am with the smaller ones. What I mean by that is, let's just place a random strand, put it through on one side. Obviously it's going to come out on the other side. Then you just pick a random strand out of your bunch that you're working on. This right here looks to be one of the 3/4 mil. So we'll get this taken care of and get it into the needle. Now, as you can see, it fits right into the needle perfectly fine. So that allows you to be able to push the strand through the needle some. If I can find where we are, here we are. So basically all you do is you just reach up in here, you grab the needle and the strand, and you just continue to pull the strand through. Now, the cool thing about these hollow needles is they actually take out that hole within the headliner. So when you put the strand through, normally the hole is a little bit bigger than the strand, making it a lot easier to try to put the adhesive actually in the hole to try to fill it so that the strand stays sealed all the way through the headliner. It's very simple. It's very time consuming. It takes me about 2 hours to lay about 125 strands. I wouldn't say that it's hard. It's just, if you want to do it yourself, be prepared to not have your truck for a while or have some help, things like that. As you can see, I'm nowhere near finished. I still have probably 4 or 5 hours of work left ahead of me. So I'm gonna get to it.